Hey everyone, this is Gene. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator, and I've been working in the industry for about 15 years. And today we're going to take a look at how to make text look epic metal. All right, let's get started. All right, so epic metal text. It's real simple here to make any kind of block lettering look metal. What you want to do is you want to just start by drawing lines a little bit in from the edges. You don't want to go all the way to the edge, but you want to draw lines along the direction of the letters. So here, I'm just going to draw these two lines straight down, making essentially a little letter inside the letter. So we've got the X, we've got the T, then we'll just use those to start. And then what you want to do is you want to connect the end of the line to every corner that it's nearest to. So this line, for example, if it continued, would continue into this line here. So if it just kept going, it would ram into this line. So you want to take the corners of that line that it would hit and just connect it. Now what this is going to do is give it a little bit of sort of three-dimensionality to it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add two more lines from the inside corners of the X to the center part. All right, the most important part here when you're drawing metal text, and we can do the same thing to the T, by the way. Just do one of these real quick. When you're drawing metal text is light direction. So in this case, we're just going to go top and to the right. This is where our light source is coming from. So everything furthest away from that is going to be darkest, and everything closest to it is going to be lightest. And there's one other thing in making metal textures is it's not going to be a solid color, right? Because metal has reflections. So here is essentially how you would start out, and everything furthest away is going to be darkest. So we're just going to color these dark. But since it's not going to be a solid color, what we're going to do is, I'll show you on the X over here, we're going to cut another line sort of down the center of these lines and make that the darkest area. So we're just going to start out fleshing that out a little bit, make that the darkest area. Okay, and then kind of fade it in. Because metal has shine to it, and we'll do the same thing over here, just kind of fade it in. And then this is going to give it a little metallic sheen. Now on this side, this other top part of the X would actually be reflected. So I'm going to come down here and give a little bit of a reflection mark and just fill that in a little bit. And then we're going to come down with our metal sheen color. And that's basically it. So there you have it. There's a little bit of epic metal to it. You can see it's a little bit grayer here on the top and the bottom because you're reflecting the other edges. And you can also, the X is a little tricky, but you can also come in here and just give a little tiny bit of a sheen to these other areas. And if you want to get really epic metal, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add hooks to everything here. And we're going to get really, really epic metal. This is the kind of metal that you have to put the kids to bed for because they shouldn't be listening to this kind of metal. This is truly, truly epic metal. Just give every single part of every corner an epic hook. And that is about as metal as it gets. So much so that, like, on most of the great metal albums, you can't even tell what band you're listening to because even the hooks start to have hooks. So we got a hook here, now there's another hook on the end of that hook. We have so many hooks, you can't even tell that that's a letter X because it is so metal that it's more metal than readability should ever allow it to be. And so there you go, epic metal text. All right, so we have covered all manners of epic metal. As far as I'm concerned, we could be in a giant room made of nothing but metal. We could be using a metal pencil on metal paper and listening to metal, and it couldn't get more metal than what we just did to that text. So I hope you had a lot of fun, and thanks for watching.